White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders making her message to the media pretty clear in that soundbite. Will the mainstream media ever back off this kind of coverage of our president? Here to debate this is RNC spokesperson Kayleigh Mcenany and Fox News contributor Jessica Tarlov. I hate to laugh, but I just can't get enough of those two. Those two continue to spar. Kayleigh, what did you think? Did you think that question was ridiculous, like Sarah said?
Of course. You know, that was one of the most absurd, asinine questions ever asked from the White House briefing room. We already knew that the mainstream media was biased. The Harvard study found 80% negative coverage of Trump's first 100 days. The only network that achieved balance in that Harvard study was this network, Fox News. But that just revealed the evidence of political bias, that question. And you have a bunch of reporters in this briefing room. They're really liberal political commentators posing as reporters.
Jessica, what'd you think?
Well, I certainly didn't find it asinine. I think that there is an issue with journalists having their political leanings come out, but I thought it was a totally relevant question considering what's going on here with the raid of Michael Cohen's office. And there is the crime fraud exception before we get to, oh my God, this is a witch hunt and it was totally illegal and shouldn't have happened. You have Rod Rosenstein signing off on it. You have Trump appointee in the Southern District overseeing it. The narrative for President Trump is not going well, and it is normal to think about what could be coming next when there is a lot of talk about impeachment. I'm not a fan of that approach. No thank you to Mike Pence. But I think it's a completely relevant question. And Sarah Sanders had a really tough time in the briefing room.
Jessica, you really think that's okay for her to even think that the president would step down?
Why not? You think that President Trump has never thought, wow, this is not what I bargained for? He even said that early on. Oh, this is a lot tougher than I thought it would be. You're the president of the United States of America.
Kayleigh. Come
on. Yes, exactly. There are a million things you could ask Sarah Sanders about substantive issues affecting the American people. This is a question with no basis in truth, no basis in fact, that was just lobbed at the press secretary. It was ridiculous, and this all boils down to the fact that the media cannot stand that President Trump is succeeding. They cannot stand that President Obama couldn't achieve historically low unemployment. President Trump has. They can't stand that ISIS was flourishing under Obama, but under President Trump, they are on the run. They can't stand Obama didn't act in Syria, but President Trump has. They cannot stand that this president is succeeding, and that is at the root of this.
Jessica, Republicans do feel like they're doing everything they can to take this president down, resist hysterics. I mean, for her to ask that question, and this is the same girl. She and Sarah Huckabee Sanders, they keep going back and forth, and that's why I laughed at the beginning, because it's kind of humorous. She's the one that said Sarah Huckabee Sanders didn't really make her pecan pie, and then said she was just kidding. Yeah. But do you agree with that? Do you think that Republicans are accurate in saying that Democrats will do whatever they can to take down this president?
I don't think so. I think that there are a lot of people on both sides of the aisle are just following the trail of what's going on here. If you listen to Republicans that are all over television, they are saying, you cannot fire Bob Mueller. You cannot fire Rod Rosenstein. These are things that we know the president is mulling, that he wants them desperately out of there. Look at his Twitter account. Total witch hunt. It's not a total witch hunt. These are not men, professionals who have dedicated themselves in service of the United States of America who are doing this just because they don't like Donald Trump. They're Republicans on top of it all. So that narrative's completely smashed. I don't think it's that Democrats can't stand all of the accomplishments of this president. He's doing a great job building on Obama's accomplishments. I will give him that in a lot of ways. But I don't think it's about that. I think it's about what I heard a little giggle. What are you giggling about there?
It's just so predictable. Kayleigh, do you think it's backfiring on Democrats?
Oh, no doubt about it. You look at the latest CNN poll, President Trump gained 8% in his approval ratings. In the Rasmussen poll, he's breached 50%. It's backfiring. The American people, and I've heard it out on the road, they say to me, I didn't vote for this president, but I'm going to give him a chance because the media is breathlessly peddling in conspiracy theories like Russia collusion. That didn't exist. President Trump has been investigated, thousands of pages of documents, millions actually. No Russian collusion. It was a concocted story to take down this president and obstruct the will of the American people. That's what it all came down to.
I don't think that Bob We don't have the Mueller report yet, so we don't know about Russia collusion. If you want to talk about conspiracy theories, we can take a trip down Roseanne Barr's Twitter account, for instance, or the number of people on the right who are supporters of President Trump who peddle things about, you know, the Seth Rich conspiracy. You have Pizzagate. You've got the sex trafficking one that showed up there, you know, coming off of 4chan or whatever. This is not a Democrat problem whatsoever.
Jessica, Kayleigh, thanks for joining us. Great to see you, ladies.
Thanks, Ainsley.
Okay, bye. Breaking news from Capitol Hill. A new report says House Speaker Paul Ryan will announce he is not running for re-election. Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich is here to react next. Plus, Mark Zuckerberg just hours away from being back on the hot seat in Capitol Hill. House Majority Whip Steve Scalise will be there. What will he ask? That's coming up.
Would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.